Dr. Henry Loomis, this is Zora Bennett, our mission specialist.
Sorry, what mission?
This would be a medical breakthrough that could save countless lives. It comes from the largest dinosaurs on the planet.
Oh my God.
Fortunately for us, all these species exist in one isolated place. Can you be ready tomorrow?
I can guarantee your safety. I mean, more or less.
More or less?
He's your guy?
We're the best at moving things and people in and out of places they shouldn't be.
Move up towards Barbados, avoid government patrol, but there aren't that many anymore.
Why's that?
No one's dumb enough to go where we're going.
This island was the research facility for the original Jurassic Park.
We need DNA from the 3 biggest dinosaurs.
Do we have to get a sample from an egg?
I suppose we could try and get it from the parent, but they're a flying carnivore the size of an F-16.
Maybe we should make it quick.
These dinosaurs were too dangerous for the original park.
Please don't say they're raptors. They're raptors.
The worst of the worst were left here.
Come on! Duncan!
We put ourselves in a place we don't belong. Survival is a long shot.
What the hell are those?
They're helping the mosasaur defend territory, stalk, hunt.
None of what you just said is good.
Gonna be watching, and the same day I'm gonna be talking about a movie I've never ever seen. Some I'll be watching on my laptop, some on my tablet, some on my TV, and some of them I'll see on the big screen. It's movie month time, what a way to make a podcast. Yes, it's all month long, from the 1st of June to the last. I will watch a film and then I will talk about it. It's 30 movie days of fun, 'cause there is no June 31.
It's day 28 of my movie month, and today I watch Jurassic World Rebirth with Scarlett Johansson and dinosaurs, and I think I saw a rancor. Happy Sunday, everybody. It is Sunday, June 28th, the 28th day of movie month, and you know what that means. That means for the 28th day in a row, I watched a movie I've never seen before. And for the 28th day in a row, I am here podcasting about it to each and every one of you. And here's something that's a little weird. I'm doing it while the sun is not fully set yet. Well, maybe it's set, but it's not dark yet. It is 8:40 p.m. Now, I usually been doing this well after 10 o'clock while I talk to you, but I am outside on my deck right now. It is still light out. It is a beautiful summer evening, and I watched another Jurassic World movie. Now, the first Jurassic World, actually, all the Jurassic Worlds are part of Movie Month. The first Jurassic World, I remember, I was excited because they were rebooting Jurassic Park, calling it Jurassic World. They were basically, and I loved the premise, the park opened. The park has happened. We did it. They moved forward and the park opened. But of course, shit hits the fan. But I remember that first one really, really liking it. Then the second one, I actually went to the movie theater to see it. That second one, which was called something or other. I don't remember. Fallen Kingdom, maybe? Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom? It's weird because it's the, these are all Jurassic Park movies, but this is the Jurassic World series. So then we had Dominion. So that's that trilogy. Now, I guess maybe they call it Rebirth because it's a new trilogy with new characters, and we're kind of foregoing the old story of the old story really kind of connected much more to the main story, like the park. We were trying to do it. The park's open. Wasn't James Cromwell supposed to be Richard Attenborough's brother or something? I don't know. That was in the second one, I think. The second one was rich people were auctioning off these dinosaurs as exotic pets, and I kind of liked that one. I kind of enjoyed it, and I remember didn't they have to leave dinosaurs behind, and I got sad, I think. If you go back and listen, I'm pretty sure I did. The third one, the Dominion, I don't think I liked it much. I remember Chris Pratt on dirt bikes with dinosaurs, and that could be in all of them for all I know. It probably is. But no Pratt here. They cut the Pratt. And they brought in Scarlett Johansson as the new star, ScarJo. But they also have Mahershala Ali. We got Jonathan Bailey. This is my first Jonathan Bailey film. And Rupert Friend, who I guess this is my first Rupert Friend movie month, as far as I can tell. Now, maybe he wasn't a star of some movies, and I can go back and double check on that. But here's a guy that I don't think I knew his name by looking at him. I'm not sure what I know him from, but I recognize him the moment I see him. He's that guy. Oh, that guy. Like Mahershala Ali, I mean, he was in Green Book. He was in Moonlight. He's supposed to be Blade at some point. But I can always say, oh, I remember him from House of Cards. That's what I remember seeing him in first. Jonathan Bailey, I don't know anything about him. I think he's British. I believe he was People's Sexiest Man Alive. And I will tell you right now, he's my favorite part of this movie. And of course, Scarlett Johansson, obviously she's a superstar, and, the Black Widow, of course. But now she has a new franchise. I think the word is that, these three main characters, Jonathan Bailey, Mahershala Ali, and what's her name, ScarJo, they're going to be in the next movie too, and I don't know if it's also going to be directed by Gareth Edwards. This is my second Gareth Edwards film for Movie Month. The first one going back early days for that reboot of Godzilla, which did kind of kick off that whole monsterverse that we're still in today. The first thing I've seen, I remember hearing his name for that movie Monsters, and that was supposed to be really well done, and that got his name out there. Then he came in and directed Rogue One, or at least his name says he directed Rogue One. I read some things I was reading earlier today that Tony Gilroy came in and did extensive reshoots and was the quote-unquote second unit director, directing a lot of these new scenes. And then, of course, Tony Gilroy goes on to do the Andor. So, and Andor is one of the best things Star Wars has ever done. So maybe all the good parts of Rogue One were Tony Gilroy. I don't know. I'm not sure. But he's the director here. And it's actually the writer was David Koepp, And I'm pretty sure he wrote on Disclosure Day. I remember I was checking because I add them. If you go to fansonexperts.com and click on any of the episodes, you'll see the listing of people. I used to add them to the episodes. I didn't do it this year. Well, it's 28 days too late when I post them. But if you go to the website, you'll be able to see their names there. And I'm pretty sure if you click on his name, it'll bring you to this and Disclosure Day. I will tell you right now, I like Disclosure Day a whole heck of a lot better than I liked this movie. Now, as I said, I watched all 3 Jurassic Worlds for movie month. So of course I'm going to continue with the series. I enjoy it enough. I sometimes enjoy watching movies that aren't great for the fact that I like seeing what's not great about it and talking about it. Sometimes watching a not great movie is as enjoyable as watching a great movie. It's not as rewarding, maybe, or maybe it's the other way around. Maybe it's just as rewarding but not as enjoyable. Either way, I don't think I picked a winner here. I'll just say it. There was a lot to not enjoy and some stuff to enjoy. I'll say. I think the premise was okay. And I think the execution was less than okay. So it's basically Rupert Friend works for a pharmaceutical company, and he wants to hire Scarlett Johansson, because she's basically a mercenary, to go into this restricted area to get the blood sample from 3 different species of dinosaurs, because they've realized that these 3 species' DNA, when mixed together and shaken and not stirred, can produce a life-saving cancer drug, right? Or is it heart disease? Heart disease drug. And of course, it has to be a dinosaur from the sea, from land, and from air, of course. So a hokey premise, okay, but a premise, right? And she is the logistics person. She has the team. She knows how to go and get things. And she's like, I don't know if I want to do that, because the last time I went on a mission, we lost someone. There's a lot of melodramatic shit in this, and threads that are just not followed through with, like that one right there. They mention his name, and like there's a scene where her character and Mahershala Ali's character are like reminiscing and basically catching us up on what they do. He was a good man. He didn't deserve to die. It was a car bomb. Well, at least it was quick. No, it wasn't. Oh, man. And then it's never said, but apparently Mahershala Ali had a kid who died on an adventure or something. He couldn't save the kid. So now, of course, he'll save this other kid. What other kid? There's another kid. Why would there be a kid on a mission like this? Because someone thought, let's make this movie even stupider. So that's the team is Scarlett Johansson, who works with Mahershala Ali, and this other dude, Ed Skeen. I don't know don't ask me for the characters' names. I don't remember any of them. Ed Skeen, who I think was in Deadpool 2. So he plays another. He's like, I'm the guy who come and shoot things. I will. And then you bring in Jonathan Bailey. I hope I'm saying his name. I think that's who it is. And he is the dinosaur lover. He is the scientist. They said he worked for Sam Neill's character, like at one point, or apprentice under him. He is the conscience of the movie. He is the pretty much the most likable of the movie, and he's the one you root for the most, for me. And I think he was good in it. Here's the thing. I don't think any of them were really bad as far as the acting or the performances. I think what they were given was a little trivial. Like the scene with her and Mahershala Ali, and they're like, man, we was tough out there, but this is what we do now. Hey, now we can retire. Like this pharmaceutical company has so much money that they're basically they were gonna give ScarJo $10 million to do this, and then Mahershala, he's the boat guy. He's like, I can't do this. I'm sorry. And she goes, well, I have an idea. What if you double my fee and then I can pay him a little extra out of mine? That was the whole scam they were doing. He's like, you know what? Fine, just do it. Then the other guy comes in and goes, I'm not going to I can't go through with this. They're like, no, we already did that. I like that. That was kind of fun. So they go off on this adventure in this boat, heading towards where you can't go. So let me give you a little background, which I did kind of like this. So, the very, very beginning, it's 17 years ago. Now, 17 years ago from now would be, it is 2026. 2025 is when the movie came out, right? So present day would be take away 15. This is the easiest way to do it. So you go 2010. So, wait a minute. No. Yeah, 2010. From 2025 to 15 is 2010. Take away 2 more, 2008. So this is 2008. And there's a company who's on an island making mutant dinosaurs. And one of the dinosaurs is named D-Rex. Not T-Rex, D-Rex. We don't get a good look at him, but son of a bitch. You could have thought this was right out of Final Destination. The guy's eating a Snickers bar. He drops the wrapper of the Snickers bar. It rolls around a little. Then it gets sucked into a door. And the door, like the electricity on the door shorts a little, right? And then the door doesn't close, which allows the dinosaur to get free and wreak havoc and kill people. And they have to evacuate the whole dinosaur because this is the whole island, because this giant dinosaur, the D-Rex, which... what was it called? The names of these dinosaurs are so dumb. Like there's it's a mutador because it's mutated, and it was another really dumb name, like because it was like an experiment. They're taking genes and they're mutating, trying to make new dinosaurs, and this D-Rex was, it could have stayed for Dumb Rex, because that's what it was for me. We don't get a good look at this monster, but in fact, I forgot. And when later we saw the T-Rex, I thought, oh, that's big. That's the D-Rex. No, I was wrong. So, we see this monster wreak havoc on this island, and but there's all these scientists doing mutations. Then we cut to present day. And Rupert Friend is driving in downtown New York, and there's traffic because there's a giant dinosaur. When I was a kid, I thought they were all brontosauruses. I don't know what this thing is, but think of a brontosaurus, or what we thought a brontosaurus was: the big long neck, the big giant. Think Baby, the lost dinosaur. It's in the middle of traffic, and it's like, oh, come on, just die already! Like, it looked sad, it looked old. And people don't care about dinosaurs anymore. It's been so many years since the original Jurassic World, I guess. I don't know what they say present day, so it hasn't been that many years. But now the world doesn't really care about dinosaurs. There's an exhibit at a museum. They used to get so many people there every day, and now they get like 10 people a week. And that's where that guy Jonathan Bailey works. So this guy's in traffic. He's like, oh, come on, just die already. And then he gets back in his car, and Scarlett Johansson's there because she knows how to do things. She's like, you're looking for me? And that's when she hires him. And she's like, I don't know about that. I lost a guy last time. I'm not sure. $10 million. Okay, I'll do it. She's completely solely motivated by the money, and her character is very shallow and flat. We get a couple moments where she has glossy eyed because she's thinking about the person who died. And we do get a redemption arc for her, because Jonathan Bailey, we find out later, he's like, why is he doing this, right? We find out why. I don't think we should give this to the pharmaceutical company. This is a life-changing drug that could save tens of millions of lives, and we're going to give it to a pharmaceutical company who's going to price it where 90% of the world can't even afford it. I think we should make it open source, and we should give it to the world. And she's like, I'm not going to get paid then. We shouldn't do that. Like, he goes, you didn't think about that? She goes, no, and you need to stop thinking about it. So we have that. Then we have Rupert Friend, who is a pharmaceutical rep, who then becomes a psychopath. We'll get there. So they go off on their boat, on their ship. They're going through the water because they want to get to this dinosaur in the water first. I do like the system of, it's a dart. They shoot a dart into the dinosaur. It collects the sample. Then it pops off the dinosaur, like shoots a rocket, and then lands with a parachute, and they can catch it or they can find it. I thought that was a cool premise. It's not all
terrible. It's just a lot of dumb. 90% of the special effects look great. I think when Jonathan Bailey, I hope I'm getting his name right, when he backed over the mountain, the doctor, to me the best guy in the movie, it didn't look that great for me. Most of the dinosaurs though looked pretty good. The fact that this has been 30 years and I still think the first one looked the best because that's the one that wowed you. Nowadays it's like, oh wow, they can do that. Well, commercials can have great special effects in them. So seeing dinosaurs on a movie, it's not as amazing as it used to be. But it still looked good. The T-Rex looked really good in this. So they're on the boat. Then, for some reason, they decided let's have a B story. And the B story be the world's worst father in a sailboat sailing across this area. He's going from one place to this other place. I don't know if he's going back. I don't know if he's going to a country he lives in, a country his family's from. I don't know where he's going, or vacation. I don't know what it is. But he's got two daughters. One, she could be 16. She could be 20. I don't know. Her boyfriend, and then a younger daughter. And on a sailboat in a world where they know dinosaurs are. But they're like, oh, don't worry. Those dinosaurs are long dead. The ones in the water, they're not here anymore. Well, you lied to your daughter. This dad is the worst goddamn dad. He's worse than Frankenstein's dad in Frankenstein. I'll say it. It's just his character is dumb, and I hate him. And I hate this whole storyline. I hate these people. The girl, I remember her from Fresh Off the Boat and from that really dumb show Manifest that was a good idea that just was awful. And I watched every goddamn episode of that stupid show. She was on that, but I know her from Fresh Off the Boat first. The guy I don't recognize. The younger daughter I don't recognize. And of course she befriends a little dinosaur who becomes her friend, like, goo, I'm the baby Yoda of Jurassic Park. And she ends up keeping this dinosaur at the end, so she's going to bring it back. And we got another dinosaur. Well, there's dinosaurs everywhere. It's not even like, wow, the Jurassic Park brought them back. No, they're in the world. Everyone knows that now. And so having a dinosaur back home, I guess, is not a big deal. And then the older daughter has a boyfriend who's like, hey, dude, I'm a stoner, or I'm so tired, I'm a slacker, I'm a lazy guy, and I'm here on the ship too. I'm on the boat too, but I'm not going to help out. Like, what the frig? This is so pointless. They just needed to bring in a family, I guess, to put the first Jurassic Park did such a perfect way of putting kids in danger, where the grandfather runs the business and he can't wait to show his grandchildren how wonderful this is and how families are going to love this. Well, it didn't work out that way, and it was a perfect idea. In the Jurassic World, the park's open. Of course, there's kids there. That works. This is the term ham-fisted, maybe? It was ridiculous. It was ridiculous. They're on the boat, and then there's the underwater dinosaur, and it bumps up against them and ends up flipping their boat over. And they are on top of the boat. They send a distress signal, and thankfully, the main crew, their boat, Mahershala Ali's boat, he hears the distress signal. And of course, the pharmaceutical guy's like, whoa, we're like 5 minutes away from where we need to be. That would take us hours to turn around. They're like, someone's in trouble. He's like, yeah, but they have a radio. They should be fine. Like, this guy, they're just building him up to be the quintessential a-hole. So he's like, nope, new course. They go back. They pick these people up. And they're like, oh, it bumped into us. Like, really? Because we're looking for it. They're like, wait a second. You're trying to chase after the thing we're trying to run from? Oh, no. So we do get this whole... I wanted to hear John Williams' score, not the Jurassic Park. I wanted to hear the score from Jaws, where "Hoopa, little to the left," like that moment where Quint, they're chasing the shark, and Quint has the spear gun, and he shoots it. It's almost like an identical scene of that, where she has the syringe that she's going to shoot the collection, to collect the sample, where they're chasing it. Like, we're at 15, they have to get 10 meters. We're getting closer. some good, like, you know, adventure moments of danger. I mean, you know, where the dinosaur jumps up and almost gets her, and she shoots it, and they collect the sample, and everything's fine. And but while the dinosaurs, then the dinosaur comes back with other dinosaurs, and they start roughing the boat up. They're attacking the boat, and the father, now the dad, he is not part of this boat. He is not part of this team. He is not part of this. He tells his daughter, go in there, grab the radio, and yell Mayday. Now, these people could be like, no, everything's fine. We know what to do. We're doing. He tells his daughter to do this. Now, what happens after that is not the daughter's fault. In fact, none of this is the daughter's fault. It's the father's fault, because the father is an asshole. So he tells his daughter to do this. She goes in there, and of course, Rupert Friend is like, again, Quint telling Brody, no, don't worry, Miss Brody, everything's fine here. And then later he smashes the radio. She doesn't quite do that, but he pulls the radio away, and then the boat almost capsizes. She almost falls out. She's holding on for dear life. She's like, help me. And he's looking, he's going, well, there's a young lady that I can help, and just tell her don't call Mayday. Instead, he just stands there and lets her fall off the boat, thinking she's gone to her death. And later he's like, I tried to help her. The girl falls off the boat, and immediately the stoner guy, the boyfriend who's kind of a slacker, doesn't even think. He grabs a life-saving float and jumps in the water to go after his girlfriend. The dad just stands there. He's like, oh no. Now, meanwhile, they're trying to get into shallow water, and they realize these can't chase us into shallow water. We're going to have to abandon ship. So the dad and the daughter jump off the boat. Thankfully, the boyfriend saves the girl. They get back to shore. He doesn't immediately grab the guy who he thought was a slacker, who he was annoyed with, give him a big hug and say, thank you. You saved my life. You know, I'm sorry. You're amazing. Later he goes, hey, you jumped in for my daughter. That was really cool. Thank you. And even the guy's like, yeah, okay, whatever. Like, there was no bonding. Later, there was a little bit, like, he tried, but it was so friggin' dumb. So they jump off early. The other crew jumps off late. The guy, Ed Skeen, he's eaten right away. He gets sucked off. That doesn't sound right. He doesn't get he gets sucked off of the boat. It was a weird place to pause. He gets pulled off of the boat by one of the dinosaurs who eats him up, and I was fine. I was rooting for the dinosaurs at this point. Most of the time, I'm rooting for the dinosaurs in this movie. So he pulls this guy off, eats him, and there's a crew. There's like two people in the crew, maybe the two of the navigators. But Marshall is the captain. So they abandoned ship. Two of the people stayed on the boat, but thankfully he landed it pretty safely enough that they lived. They get off the ship. Again, get off. Can't pause there. They get out of the boat. The rest of the crew jumped off, but the family is separated. They landed someplace else. So the rest of the movie, the family's doing one thing, and the crew's doing another thing. The crew's off doing their samples. They told them, they were telling them, we can bring you to this island. There's electric power there. There's a place there. We can send help, and you'll be all set. But we're going to continue doing our mission. So they're like, you have a mission? What are you talking about? I'm getting eaten alive out here with the bugs, but I didn't put the bug spray on like I did yesterday. So, oh my God, my wife's going to kill me because tomorrow I'm going to be scratchy, itchy. So they go off and do their own adventure where the girl befriends a tiny dinosaur. They run across dinosaurs. They run from dinosaurs. They chase dinosaurs. I mean, there's a couple moments where I smirk. And that guy, I almost smile and find things mildly amusing. Meanwhile, they go off on their adventure to now look for the land dinosaur, the team. Oh, and one of the girls gets eaten right away. Bing, bang, boom. Some cool shots with the dinosaurs getting up. All of a sudden, you see a dinosaur in the background. Then they go get the land dinosaur. That's a really sweet part because you see the dinosaurs like not mating, but bonding like a family. You see Jonathan Bailey like beside himself because this is everything he's ever dreamed of, actually seeing a dinosaur up front, up close and touching a dinosaur and being out in the wild. He's seen him in zoos, he's seen him in exhibitions, but never in the wild. Seeing that just like really it seemed like it really meant something to him. They get that sample, and then they need to go get the air sample, which they don't want. Obviously, you're not going to take it from a flying dinosaur, so you go to the eggs. So they go to the eggs. That means mountain half of a mountain and, some adventure stuff there. But they get away with it. They don't have a boat, though. Thankfully, ScarJo is like, well, I have another team. I have a backup plan. They come in a couple days. They go to the helipad that's at the old, the place that was here before that, because it turns out this is the same island where all the mutations were done. Spoiler alert. So they go. I just finished this a little while ago, so if I'm all over the place, I hope I'm getting a lot of it right. They get the egg. The guy falls off the mountain. Some fun moments, but they head to the. I don't remember if there's any other adventure until they head to the main area, and that's where we finally get the family. The family got there because they had some adventures with the Tyrannosaurus Rex, and the daughter is almost getting eaten on a raft. He sends one daughter to go get a raft, and the Tyrannosaurus Rex is right there. Another daughter almost gets eaten in a raft. Why? Because his dad friggin' sucks. I almost said the big bad F word. He's awful. I hate him. And at one point, I'm like, please eat the father. And let the children, go back to their mother. They're like, I don't think Mom's going to let you take us anymore. He's like, I don't think so. So they end up meeting up at this base that also, it seems like they built a small city because there's a convenience store, which I think in the trailer threw people off. I remember seeing the convenience store in the trailer. So it's a little weird, little red herring. Is that the right thing? But we get mutant dinosaurs. They're basically playing the roles of the velociraptors are these mutant dinosaurs. Then we get the T-Rex, but then there's the D-Rex, which again, I wish it was like it's not like not a mutation, but it's a really on the nose name. We're like, we're going to name this, the Dead Rex. Don't. This friggin' thing looked like the Rancor out of Star Wars. Literally, you think Luke Skywalker is, fighting this thing in Return of the Jedi. So it's, again, I don't know if that's a Gareth Edwards thing. Let's make it look like the Rancor. At least I get something from Star Wars, even though they kind of took Rogue One from me. Again, I'm not sure, but I think that's what happened. So the we get them into the in the labs. We see them seeing the mutants. Like, this is awful. What is this? We get some underground tunnel stuff, some suspense, and that's when the big scary monster shows up. The main guy, and he. Oh, I don't remember if I'm timing this right. It doesn't matter. But the helicopter comes. Jonathan Bailey goes and shoots a flare. The thing comes back, and I like this. You see the thing coming at you, but then you see that giant dinosaur coming. There's a great shot of him shooting the flare, and it's red, and the dinosaur's behind him. That was a really good shot. So there is some great visuals in this really subpar movie. So then the helicopter's coming. You don't really see. You're kind of you can't quite see what's going on. Then all of a sudden the dinosaur comes into view and it's got the helicopter in his mouth, and you're like, oh my god, that was a well done shot. Even though this dinosaur, at this point, they're barely dinosaurs. They're just monsters. It's just a giant monster movie. Might as well be the friggin'. Well, the movie where they're in the shopping mall, The Mist. It might as well be that at this point. So they're all about to get away from this giant monster, but then the monster almost gets the daughter. And now we know that Mahershala is like, I will not let anything happen to you, because something happened to his kid. We guessed, and it's never said, but it's assumed. With very tropey, he's looking at photos, he's talking about it, something about kids. How dare you? He yells at the dad for putting his kid in danger, and he's right. And he uses a flare to distract. Now, in the image, you see the poster image and the image for the thumbnail and for the website. It's him holding the flare with ScarJo and Jonathan Bailey, my head on Jonathan Bailey's body. That scene doesn't happen in the movie. He's alone with the flare, and he distracts this monster away so they can all get away on a boat. But then you think, oh, he's dead. Then another flare goes off, and you realize, oh no, he's alive. The monster, it's too deep in the water, so he doesn't go. The Dumosaur. And they pick him up, and he's like, ah, ha, ha. They're all laughing, and they head back to shore, and they see dolphins. And she takes the little kid takes the baby dinosaur with her, Dolores. Look, the thing was cute. I'll give it that. I don't know if they try to market this thing as toys. I don't know, But my assumption is you got Jonathan and then she looks at him and goes, what are we going to do with it? Oh, because I forgot, Rupert Friend. Oh, there's a whole thing with Rupert Friend. Oh my God, I completely forgot. They see each other, and then the daughter's like, he tried to kill me. He goes, no, I didn't. But now he has a gun. Why does he have a gun? Because he came across a downed helicopter with a body hanging out of it and a gun. He sees dog tags. He looks up. He sees a helicopter with a hand hanging down with a gun. Thankfully, that guy didn't shoot one bullet because the thing is fully loaded. And later, he's using it to shoot dinosaurs and to try to get away. Then he gets away with the samples that he handcuffed to him because he had a gun. And you see that, you go, okay. Later, we're going to see the briefcase with his arm, his cut off arm, and that's what happened. He did get chewed up by the monster. That was actually quite good. Oh, the other guy who worked on the boat, he got chewed up by the flying dinosaur. That was a little unfair. I didn't think he did anything. You didn't want him to die. The first guy who died and this guy who died, you were fine with that. But the two other crew members, no, you didn't want that. So they, what happened? Oh, at the very end, they have the samples because ScarJo found it with his arm there, grabbed it and ran. And she says, what are we going to do with these? And he goes, I'll leave it up to you. And she goes, share them with the world. And he says, like he's all smiling. I think that was poorly constructed. I think it would have been better. Why would she ask him? Like if she thinks he's in charge, and then he gives it back to her and lets her decide. He should have asked her just out of the blue, because you know what he wants. Why would he say, "Oh, let her decide"? He should have said to her first. He should have said, "What are we going to do with these?" And then she look at him and goes, "I think we should give them to the world." And that's it. Where instead of her asking him and then him asking her back, I think that was one step. And I'm not saying I know I'm like some sort of writing person or screenplay or anything like that. But I think when I watched it, I said, "Oh, that would have been a little better if it was just one step less." Just he asked her, since she's in charge and she's holding she had the briefcase. She should have asked. He should have asked her, and that would have been it. And then he could have smiled. Instead, she asked him, then he asked her, and she's like, "Give it to the world." And then the movie ended, thankfully. So, some good special effects, some good dinosaur stuff, some okay stuff, some smiling, humorous moments, some good visuals, and a weak premise, an okay premise that was overly stupefied, thanks to mostly because of the dumb family out of nowhere that was unnecessary and unliking. I didn't like him. I didn't care for him. Yeah, the girl was cute and she got that little Dolores. The rest of the family, did the dinosaurs get them all? And then ScarJo and Jonathan Bailey raised the kid on their own, maybe like that. I don't know. But yeah, that's it. Jurassic World Rebirth. I don't know what the rebirth means. I mean, technically it means we're starting over. Here we go now. Here we go again. We're starting over again. That at least is very on the nose. Maybe the rebirth because we've got these mutants now, these mutant dinosaurs. I don't know. But the bugs are going crazy, and I'm going to finish up now. 28 days in the books. Only 2 days left. And I had a feeling that I was going to, not love this movie, and I'm glad I watched it. Does that make sense? I'm glad. I like ripping things apart, and that was fun. If you're just watching great movies and talking about how great something is, sometimes it's it gets a little stale. So thankfully, in movie month, there are some movies in there that I just don't care for all that much. That being said, the next 2 days of movie month, I'm going to enjoy. I'm pretty positive I'm going to enjoy. Whether there are varying degrees of how good I think the movie is, or how great the story, or whatever, I'm going to enjoy myself a lot more. And I think I'm going to enjoy, I'm just going to enjoy these last 2 days. And I think I'm really prepared to enjoy these last 2 movies. But you're going to have to wait until tomorrow to find out what that next movie is, that next to last movie. I'm excited. I am excited. And we're almost there. We are almost there. But as for today, movie month is in the books. So, obviously you can find me on all the socials at Geek Mentality, except TikTok, which is Geek Mentality Mike. The Facebook page is Fans Not Experts. The YouTube channel is Fans Not Experts. That's because the website where all this muckety-muck is found, or can be found, is fansnotexperts.com. Uh-oh, people are lighting off fireworks. Son of a bitch. I don't think my microphone's picking it up. Maybe it is, but my dog is not going to like this. I'm checking to see if she's at the door. Hopefully she's fast asleep and the air conditioning is loud enough and the sound machine is loud enough and she's not getting bothered. God damn. These people love lighting fireworks. Wee doggy, let's light some fireworks off. Look at it explode. That's amazing. Boobity-boo. All right. Okay. I like fireworks sometimes too, but come on. It's not even July. Not for a couple of days. It's still June, damn it. It's still movie month. Don't they know? So, okay. I just wiped a bug off my face. I got to go inside. I will be back tomorrow, my friends. And I hope you will be too. But until then, I'm getting up. Oh, I'm stretching. Thank you for listening. Thank you for subscribing. And here is my theme song.
This is my podcast, I made it. Geek Mentality's what I named it. And I think you should listen and subscribe. 'Cause I'm kinda funny and awesome. I think that I'm worth your time. And I'm kinda handsome. My mom says, please listen and please subscribe. At least listen to this episode.
Fans Not Experts.